Hi there, welcome. This is Watch and Learn Now, my online training channel. In this video, I want us to look at how we can use Microsoft Office Excel to manage business day-to-day activities. So we have this spreadsheet showing information of a certain person who owns a business and sold a number of items on a certain day. So it's showing us the item name, the cost of stock per item, quantity sold on that particular day, and finally, they are asking us to determine the selling price, total sales revenue, profit, and then how much tax was remitted to the tax body. We have some guiding questions. For example, they're telling us that to get selling price, we need to get cost of stock plus 23% of cost of stock. So in other words, 23% is the profit. Therefore, we need to get 23% first and then add it onto the cost of stock to determine the selling price per item. Then we have revenues. They're telling us that having got the total sales revenue, we need to deduct 70% of it to be remitted to the tax body. Therefore, let's get started. Going back to our spreadsheet, we were told that selling price is cost of stock plus 23% of cost of stock. So we shall say equal sign. Selling price profit alone is 23% to get profit. So 23 times B2, which is 10,500. So when we press enter, we shall be able to see that profit on this item was 2,415. But that's not the selling price. So we need to add this to cost of stock to get the total cost, the total selling price per item. Therefore, we shall say equal sign 23% times B2 plus B2 itself, which is the cost of stock. Therefore, that's the total selling price per item. Now that we have per item, how much is the total for all the rims that were sold, for example, on this particular day? So each item costs this, that is 10,500, whereas 60 items or 60 pieces of this item were sold. Therefore, we shall need to multiply the selling price per item, which is in D2, times 60. So once we press enter on our keyboard, we shall be able to get the selling price, the total selling price per item category. Now that we have total selling price or total revenue for the entire category of items, how about how much profit in total did we make out of, let's say, rims alone? Remember, we are told that the profit is 23%. Therefore, we shall say that equal sign 23% times it's 23% times B2, which is 10,500. That's for a single item. But remember, there are 60 pieces. Therefore, we shall multiply it again by 60 to get the total profit. So you can say that total profit is out of the 774,900, the profit is 144,900. Then how much revenue out of the profit, which is 144,900? How much money was remitted to URA, which in this case is the tax body? So we shall say equal sign 7%. We get 7% of this, okay, remitted to the tax body. Therefore, we shall say F2 times 7%. So once we press enter, we're able to know how much tax was remitted on this item called rims. So out of the 60 rims, total tax is 10, 14, 3. So we are going to drag on and populate for all other cells. Moving on, we have other tasks ahead of us. For example, they are telling us, first of all, we are able to enter this information in a spreadsheet file. Then we have been able to fill in the blank spaces, that is part B. Now the next step is to insert a new worksheet within our workbook and then rename it to my budget. So let's get started. So to insert a new worksheet, just after the sheet name here, we have this plus icon here. Therefore, I shall click on the plus icon and type, the worksheet has been created. To rename it, either right click and select rename or double click. For my case, I'm going to right click and then select rename. Therefore, I'll just type my budget. As simple as that, and then press enter. Then they are telling us also to use appropriate function to export the columns for the last, I think the last 3 columns, okay? And as simple as that. So they want us to import or to reference what we call cross-referencing, to reference information which is in another worksheet. So they're telling us to go to this worksheet called my budget. Then on my budget, they're asking us to bring information which is on another worksheet. So to do that, you shall say equal sign, just like in any other function, equal sign. Now, to call something which is on another worksheet, we shall type the worksheet name. In this case, my worksheet that I want to refer to is sheet 1. I can either type sheet 1 or I can just click on sheet 1 like this. Once I click sheet 1, it will load. The previous sheet or the worksheet to which I want to refer will load. Now, why has it loaded? It has been loaded because I need to select which cell I want to refer to. So I'm going to select this, okay? Once I select that, you realize that when you look at my formula bar, it's reading the sheet name, which is the same as what I would type if I didn't click on the worksheet directly. If I remained on my budget, I would just say equal sign, worksheet name, which in this case is sheet 1, exclamation mark. Okay. After specifying what the worksheet name and exclamation mark, the next thing is to type or to select the specific cell on the worksheet that I have selected. So once I go back to my worksheet to which I'm entering the formula, you can see that I'm able, whichever I typed, actually it's already here where I want to put it. Okay. So in this case, let me go back to worksheet or sheet 1, just like you can see. So once I press enter, having selected the specific worksheet and then the specific cell, once you press enter, whichever is in that worksheet and that specific cell where it's selected will come where I typed my formula. Once again, let me repeat what I've done. For purposes of emphasis, I said you shall type equal sign, then type the worksheet name. For example, I would say, since this one is called sheet 1, I would just type sheet 1, then exclamation mark. Okay, exclamation mark. After typing the exclamation mark, we shall type the cell in that specific worksheet. For example, I would say exclamation mark and then which cell is it exactly? In this case, this is cell E1. Okay, meaning I would go back to my worksheet here and say E1. So once I press enter like that, I think there's a mistake somewhere. Yes, there's a mistake here. This quote is not supposed to be there. So once I press enter, having corrected it, you can say, yes, it is calling totals, which is in another worksheet. So the next step, I'm going to remember I was asked to refer or to reference 3 columns. Therefore, I'll drag to the right like that for E1, F1, and G1 in this worksheet called sheet 1. So I called E1, F1, and G1. So if I may go back, I'm just remaining with dragging downward so that I'm able to populate for all other cells. So why I'm having zeros down here is because the information in the other worksheet doesn't go beyond cell ranges from E1 up to G11. It ends at row number 11. So I just have to delete this, and that is it. Then the next task is asking us to insert your name as headers and registration number as footers. So to do that, going back to our worksheet, we shall go to insert tab on our ribbon in Excel. Then we have header and footer. So once we get to header and footer, we're able to type what we want in our header section. For example, let me see. They have asked us to under header, we're supposed to type name, and registration number, we're supposed to type it in the footer. So in my header, I can type my name, for example, And then when I go back to the footer, so if I want to go to the footer, switching between header and footer, we have on top under header, I have go to footer. So once I click on go to footer, I'll be taken to the footer to type my registration number, maybe it's 100 or whichever it is. If I want to go back to the header, I'll do the same thing, go to header. So I have 3 portions for both header and footer. I can type something here if I want, something here if I want, and something here if I want. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. God bless you.